Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. I think certainly immigration, the refugee issue, safety and security for Virginians, the economy, and jobs are most important as we go forward. Underscoring all of that, I believe the interpretation and enforcement of our Constitution. You hear me say today that it's the Constitution, it's not the Quran, it's the Constitution, it's not Muslims, it's not immigration. We enforce our laws, enforce our constitutions. We have our Constitution, we have no problem. The Constitution of the United States and also the Commonwealth. A lot of what we heard today, I think just rings true, that refugees coming into Virginia, coming into the United States provide a security problem. And we don't need more refugees until we stop the killing of U.S. citizens, either here or abroad, but certainly until we secure and protect citizens first. That's the idea. We don't let people in our home. We don't let people in our communities until we know who they are, that they are no threat to our loved ones, they are no threat to our children, no threat to our communities. And that's the same thing I think that we need to do in this particular situation. That's all of what we heard. I will venture also to say that sometimes we are the architect of our own disaster. We elect the very politicians who appoint the very people who make these crazy and stupid decisions. Every problem, I believe, in America can be laid, and certainly in Virginia, can be laid squarely at the feet of elected officials. When we get around to electing responsible people who not only say what they're going to do, but have the background to say and do what they say they're going to do, that, I think, is the time that we will stop seeing this madness, this sickness, this idea that Americans, Virginians, can be killed in their homes, in their schools, this idea that people can plant bombs on planes, this idea that people can come to this country and treat it as if it is their own country. No, it's not. These are the United States of America, and we need to secure our home front first. First day on the job, when I get in office, I will make sure that the safety of Virginians is sacrosanct. That is foremost. I'll make sure that there is a halt to refugees coming into Virginia until we determine not only who they are, but where they're coming from. I believe that the 10th Amendment to the United States Constitution is very real. And the idea that we can let our president or we can let other politicians tell us in Virginia that we should violate the Constitution of the United States is ludicrous. I think we need more what I call backbone from our attorneys generals throughout this country. They need to stop caving on constitutional issues, and they need to stand up for what is right. Once we do that, I think we'll be on the right road. It takes courage to stand up in the face of a president of the United States and say, no, we're not going to take refugees into Virginia. It takes courage to stand up and say, we must first not only protect our borders in the United States, but we must first protect Virginians. And the protection of Virginians, I think, comes first. And I certainly think that it takes courage for an attorney general to go to the General Assembly and say, this is what the Constitution stands for, and we are not backing down from this particular position. Listen, the AG represents the agencies, the boards, the commissions, the universities. How can you represent? Because representation is indoctrination in a sense, because you're telling them this is what the Constitution is, this is what my belief is. How can you represent these agencies and boards and commissions if your own faith in the Constitution is out to sea? No, we need to begin with people who not only say what they're going to do, but who have the background to do that. And I think my record speaks for itself. Listen, I didn't do these things thinking, oh, I didn't go to the Marine Corps, in Navy JAG, become president on the board or the boss list or chairman of nearly every organization I've ever belonged to. People believe those things in me, but I did that because I felt it was right at the time. We need people in office who have the background to do what they say they're going to do, and I believe I have that background. My record speaks for itself. I stand on it.